We're all a little used to COVID distancing, so it's kind of like, where are you sitting? Who's sitting where? Because we want to make sure that we get it right. Welcome to the College of Communication, Information, and Media's 2021 Dean's List Awards Ceremony. My name is Dr. Paige Turner, and it is my absolute delight to serve as the Dean of this college. As a College of Communication, we understand how communication technology operates. So if you are in person and need any help silencing your phones, please feel free to ask. If you are virtual, also, please feel free to share your congratulations or comments in the chat box throughout our ceremony today. Just like you, I chose to come to Ball State University and be a part of this college because I believe in the values articulated in the Beneficence Pledge. And today, we come together to publicly celebrate and recognize two of those: gratitude and the achievement of high standards of scholarship and excellence. Let us begin with gratitude. We are grateful to the staffs, students, and faculty who've been instrumental in organizing today's event. Ms. Jama Gray, Ms. Amy Clevenger, Ms. Bria Cunningham, Professor Tim Pollard, Professor Dan Wechter, our harpist, and all of the members of the Emma's Auditorium. Please join me in thanking them. We are grateful for the family and friends who are here today and those who cannot be with us. They have been with you throughout your journey, including your trepidation over which university to attend, your uncertainty before your first exam or project, and the joy when it came back with praise, or at least a passing grade. So students, please join me in thanking them. In recognition that your family and friends are part of the outstanding student experience and educational journey at Ball State has created a website to support all of those who parent at bsu.edu/parents. We invite you to join us on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media as well to learn more about your students' experience, because we know that they could not be here without you. Students, each day you enter the classroom and you are met by faculty and staff who care deeply about your education and your path. So let me introduce you to the members of the faculty who have assembled here so that you can thank them, as well as thank those who could not be here today. Would each remain standing as students? Please hold your appreciation until I introduce them all. First, Marcy Meyer. Julie Metzger. Johnny Sparks, Chair of the Department of Journalism. Dan Wechter, Associate Dean and Associate Chair. Susie Smith, Chair of the Department of Telecommunications. David Ha. Tim Pollard, Associate Dean. Mary Moore, Department of Comm Studies. Chris Taylor, Department of Telecommunications. Maria Williams-Hawkins, Department of Telecommunications. Laura O'Hara, Department of Comm Studies. And Dom Caristi, Department of Telecommunications. Please thank these faculty for everything they do to support your journey. Now, it is my deep honor to introduce you to our exceptional faculty speakers, each in turn. Our first is Ms. Mary Moore. Mary is a faculty member in the Department of Communication and teaches courses in presentations, public speaking, pop culture, and coached our speech team, whose awards are too lengthy to list, but include multiple consecutive awards and championships from the National Forensics Association, the National Speech Association, Indiana Forensics Association, Indiana State Events Tournaments, and Pi Kappa Delta National Tournaments. She is not only perceived as a successful instructor, but her students' performance demonstrate that success. Ms. Moore has earned the college's Excellence in Teaching Award, the Dean's Award for Extraordinary Service, and the Dean's Faculty Award. Ms. Moore is an exemplar of Ball State's commitment to student achievement. Please join me in welcoming Mary Moore to the podium.
I'm so used to lecturing with a mask on. It'll be so nice to talk without it. My love affair with competitive public speaking began when I was 14 years old. After school one day, I walked into Mrs. Rankin's classroom to persuade her that her policy of not letting freshmen on the team was both ageist and a violation of my constitutional rights. She took a deep breath, looked at me, and said, "Okay, you can be on the team." Now, for the record, that conversation did very little to prepare me for academic debate. So for the next 4 years, Mrs. Rankin, the 67-year-old English teacher that everyone in the school complained about, would drive, yep, she drove the van, to tournaments across the state so that we could deliver speeches, debate, and perform melodramatic scenes from plays. And as a team, we did okay. Sometimes we won trophies. A couple of people made it to state, and a few of us even made it to nationals my senior year. But honestly, it wasn't the competition that changed the trajectory of my life. It was my coach. Mrs. Rankin showed me the true beauty of coaching. And thanks to Mrs. Rankin, I spent 25 years of my professional life as a college speech coach. And I'm here today to convince all of you, students and parents alike, that everyone needs a coach. Sometimes talented, successful, and ambitious people, you know, the ones that make the dean's list during the hardest time in history, they think coaches are only helpful when someone is struggling or when they want to develop a new skill. And you would be right. Coaches are useful in those situations. But what about the coaching that is not concerned with remediation or even new skill development? What about this coaching that goes beyond playing the sport or delivering the speech or closing the sale? That kind of coaching, the kind that I am advocating for, can be transformative. It is rooted in a partnership between you and the coach. It is grounded in the philosophy that a coach can help you achieve your personal best and produce the results you want in your academic, personal, and your soon-to-be professional life. Yes, Mrs. Rankin was a grammar expert, but she was also an expert at helping me see what my strengths and shortcomings were. Both as a speaker, I tend to talk too fast, and also as a young woman on the verge of launching my adult life. I believe that becoming your best self over and over again is hard work. But you know what? It's a lot easier when you have the support of a coach. Now, you may be thinking, coaching and teaching, those are the same. But let me be clear, they are not. The coaching model is very different from the traditional ideas of pedagogy. In education, there's this presumption that at a certain point, the student no longer needs instruction. You graduate, you're done. You can go the rest of the way yourself. But in coaching, the foundation is that no matter how well prepared people are, it is impossible to achieve and maintain your best performance and your best self on your own. Now, you might be thinking that coaching and mentoring then are the same, but let me be clear. Coaches can be mentors, but they don't have to be. Mentors have expertise in a particular area. They provide knowledge and advice and guidance and encouragement in their field of study. In contrast, a coach can coach anyone. It's not the coach that provides the answers. Instead, it's a coach that helps you unlock the answers, or sometimes they help you get out of your own way. Coaches don't talk, they listen. They don't give information, they ask questions. They don't offer ideas, they help you generate ideas. Coaches don't offer solutions or recommendations. Instead, they help you feel empowered to choose your own answers. So you might be thinking, oh, okay, coaching and therapy, those are the same. But let me be clear, they are not. Therapy should be left to the professionals. Now, we might seek treatment to discover issues in our past that have become a block for our well-being. I mean, therapists use techniques and tools to help us understand and bring healing and closure to help us move ahead. But coaching begins in the present, and it's future-oriented. Coaches offer us an opportunity to stand back and take stock, reflect, crystallize our thinking, and work through our current challenges. Coaching helps us understand ourselves. It helps us build resilience, self-esteem, and self-confidence. Recently, we've been reminded of the gift of a great coach and the fictional character of Ted Lasso on Apple TV series. Now, I hope many of you have borrowed somebody's password and found the time to squeeze this show into your schedule. I love Ted Lasso, almost as much as I love Eric Taylor. But what I love even more is that Ted Lasso is partially based on the series creator's high school basketball coach, Donnie Campbell, who is still coaching in the suburbs of Kansas City. And to me, the popularity of Ted Lasso is a reflection of how hard the last 18 months have been and how eager we are to watch someone overcome self-doubt through a support system that is built on kindness, a support system that includes individuals who are willing to serve as a guide, a support system that includes individuals that will help us grow, a support system that includes people that will offer to be a sounding board and be our accountability partners, a support person and system that encourages us to care for ourselves. It is this support system that must always include a coach. So, if you don't have a coach, now is the time to find one. And if you have a coach, now is the time to thank them. Chances are some of you are a coach. And some of you have coaches in your orbit. They just go by other names. They might be a close confidant, a parent, a coworker, a spiritual advisor, a professor, or a family member. And if you haven't crossed paths with a coach, now is the time to be on the lookout. But once you find the perfect coach for you, keep in mind, not all of us need the same kind of coach. You will have to seek out their help, their coaching. You will have to actually ask for their help. Now, I'm not advocating that you hire a life coach, but I'm not suggesting that's always a bad idea if you happen to have the funds. But I think it's important that if you don't consider yourself a coach, you might look into it. There's lots of research online about self-coaching. And I know that when my coaches are unavailable, I've turned to the models of self-coaching to help me process my problems, and there's a ton of resources available for you. After all, you might be the support that you have been looking for all along. After 20 years of directing the speech team and coaching some of the most generous and talented students on campus, I worked with one of my coaches, and I made the decision to retire from the team and pursue other professional opportunities. I am proud of the team's state and national titles that we captured while I was the director, and I'm proud of the collaborations and work of my fellow coaches. I'm proud of the performances the students shared and the truth they spoke. But I have a feeling that the most important work that I did had very little to do with performances. It was done on the van rides and in my offices when I asked students questions about their problems, or I listened as they constructed and then deconstructed their goals, or reflected back on their ideas as they processed who they wanted to become and how they might get there. Recently, I've come to the realization that I'm not done being a coach, even if it's no longer in my title. Mrs. Rankin postponed her retirement for 12 months so she could continue to drive me to tournaments my senior year. Only in middle age have I come to realize what a sacrifice 12 months of working with teens was for her. I wish she was still with us to thank her. Mrs. Rankin taught me that I needed a coach. And when my college speech coach was a great speaking mentor, but not the emotional coach I needed, I knew I had to find someone else. Luckily, my advisor, Dr. Bob Bolkin, another 67-year-old, was the coach that I needed during my undergraduate years. I have no doubt that coaches, in their many forms, have aided you in your success, and I hope that they will continue to do so. So whether you take advantage of the formal coaches on campus, such as a career coach at the Career Center or an academic coach at the Learning Center, or you join an organization that is led by a coach, I hope that you are able to find your Ted Lasso during your time at Ball State. Congratulations on your academic success, and I hope that this semester is the best one yet.
Thank you very much, Mary, for everything you do and just for the thoughts and the intention you give to working with our students. It's outstanding. Our second speaker is Mr. Chris Taylor from the Department of Telecommunications. He also serves as Senior Director of SportsLink. Chris's student productions have earned over 140 plus national state Best of awards, including 28 regional Emmys, 44 Indiana Association of Sports Broadcasters First Places, 10 Best of College Sports Media Awards, 20 Society of Professional Journalists Awards, and 10 Broadcaster Education Association Awards. Organizations such as the NCAA, Turner Sports, ESPN+, and Ball State University Athletics actively solicit the involvement of SportsLink students because they trust that Chris has prepared those students to deliver high-quality programming and to tell stories that matter. Chris envisioned and launched the initial digital production program in sports that is copied both domestically and internationally. He is the recipient of the 2020 Dean's Faculty Award, and his commitment to immersive student learning experience is unmatched. Please join me in welcoming Chris Taylor to the podium.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Well, thank you. Good morning to the families who are with us today. Thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you to my colleagues on the stage and to the Dean for allowing me a few minutes of your time on your special day. Thank you for your daughters and your sons, your granddaughters and your grandsons, your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, and your friends. Welcome to our beautiful campus here at Ball State, a university we are grateful for, and a college that we are grateful for, which you know by now, or you soon will know. It's not only the best college on this campus, but it's one of the best colleges in the world for what you want to do. I first set foot on this campus 29 years ago. And this is not just my 12th year in our college, but it's my 24th year as an employee at Ball State University. So when I say Ball State is a special place, I know. I'm grateful again for this opportunity to share just a few minutes with you on your special day from up here. This campus in Muncie, Indiana was also special to someone who many of you may know as a pop icon. America's favorite television artist and painter, Bob Ross. Bob filmed his iconic The Joy of Painting here in Muncie and at Ball State. And while I'm grateful to have met and painted with and to have been mentored by Bob Ross back then, this speech is not about Bob Ross. It's about happy trees, or in this case, a happy tree. Yes, Paige, my Dean's List ceremony speech is about a tree. If you ever watched Bob in one of his 403 episodes of The Joy of Painting, or now you're streaming it on Twitch or the Roku channel or on YouTube, you know near the end of most of his paintings, just when you thought the masterpiece was complete, Bob would add a tree, maybe a large tree, and you'd go, "What are you doing?" but Bob had a plan. He had a vision. So that's where my speech begins today, and I promise it has a point. This summer, I had a life-changing moment. One of those moments that slaps you in the face and makes you think, makes you emotional, and makes you grateful. But before that moment, let me tell you how I got to the moment. Because we all are on a journey in life. A journey where we are learning to leave the trunk of the tree, leaving what we know is strongly rooted and deeply rooted, and go out on a limb. In 2017, I met Cody Rudy. Cody then was a walk-on our Ball State football team from nearby Middletown, Indiana. My students wanted to do a feature story on Cody Rudy, the small-town kid who walked on to a Division I college football team, a kid who our coaching staff was raving about because of how hard he worked, how resilient he was, how tough he was. So in the fall of 2017, I met Cody Rudy for the first time with my students in SportsLink. We sat together in BC 216, the SportsLink office, and we talked to Cody about his story. Storytelling, like many of you, is my passion. I love it. I love to pull back layers. I love to identify characters and people and find the emotion in stories. So as we developed our circle of how we were going to tell Cody's journey and his story at Ball State, Cody revealed a moment to me. And I could see it in his eyes that this was a moment that he wanted to include in his story that we were about to tell. You see, in 2016, Cody recalled his Aunt Joey was on the last days, literally the last hours, of losing her battle with terminal cancer. As she laid in a hospital bed in hospice care in her family's home in Alexandria, Indiana, just down the road, Cody visited his Aunt Joey for the last time. He didn't know it was going to be the last time because she died the next day. And he shared with his Aunt Joey how excited he was that he just got offered a walk-on opportunity to play football at Ball State University. It was the last conversation Cody had with his Aunt Joey. She died March 4th, 2016. During our meeting with Cody, he said, "CT, you like country music." I do, and if you know me, that's true. And Cody said, "You probably heard of her. Joey Feek was her name." Joey, along with her husband, Rory Feek, at that time in the mid-2000s, late 90s, mid-2000s, was one of the top country music vocal duo groups in music. Joey and Rory recorded 8 studio albums, won countless awards, top vocal duo and group of the year. They won Grammy Awards. So as a storyteller, I knew that we had to find that moment. We had to include this moment in our feature on Cody because of the power of his visit with Joey for the last time and what it meant to him. As we earned Cody's trust to tell this story and do it the right way with respect, Cody gave me Rory Feek's phone number. Cody says, "I'm sure he would talk to you if you would like him to be part of my story." And I said, "Cody, would you like Rory to be part of your story?" And he said, "Yes." So I called Rory Feek. And Rory was part of our story. My students and I traveled to Nashville, Tennessee a couple of months later to interview Rory on his farm about 30 minutes south of Nashville. That's when I officially met Rory Feek. And he and Joey's daughter, Indiana. Rory and I connected not just for my love of country music and songwriting and storytelling and the power of words, but also our love of his nephew, Cody. Later that night, after we had interviewed Rory for the story, and we had shot B-roll of Joey's gravesite on the farm where we were at, we were invited to stay for one of the first shows Rory performed since Joey's death. It was in his barn, now turned into a music hall called Homestead Hall. It's an intimate venue that acoustically sounds amazing. And it was that night I thought about how fortunate I am that here I was with my students, chasing my passion of storytelling and instilling to my students the passion of storytelling. How fortunate we were to have met Cody Rudy, to be in this barn on a farm in Nashville, Tennessee, and it was all a reflection of the power of storytelling, the power of relationships, and the result of not staying near the trunk of a tree, but going out on a limb where the fruit is. That story on Cody Rudy won my students a Professional Emmy Award for Sports Feature Story. Cody earned a scholarship, and last year Cody became a Mid-American Conference champion as a member of our Ball State football team. Today, when we beat Toledo at Schumann Stadium, Cody will play in his 47th game as a Division I college football player. This summer, on June 18th, Rory Feek released his 9th studio album, his first without Joey. I was traveling this summer with my mom and my grandmother in North Carolina, our first true trip after the COVID year we all had just endured. When I was at Homestead Hall in 2017 with Cody, I had hoped that someday, maybe, I could take my mom and my grandma back to this farm to meet Rory Feek, to listen to him perform in Homestead Hall. And so in June, I texted Rory Feek. His show on June 18th was sold out. It was his album release party for the album he's doing for the first time without his partner, his wife, and his singing soulmate. Because of the relationship that we had built through telling Cody's story, Rory responded, "Chris, of course you can bring your grandma and your mom to my show. I'll leave you 3 tickets as my special guest. See you Saturday at 6:30. So on June 18th, my family and I, my mom and my grandma, we were 3 feet away from Rory performing on stage as he released his new album, shoulder to shoulder with some of the most talented, creative, and just amazing people in the music industry. That night, Rory dedicated a song to my 91-year-old grandma that made everyone in the Homestead Hall cry, including me. The power of relationships, the power of gratitude. That night, Rory told the story of a boxer named Jarvis, a cornerman where the Golden Gloves train. The sport had long passed him by, but his love for it remained. He was something in his younger days. He had the tools of the champion, but he never had the heart. He always wondered, what if? each night when he locked up the gym, he regretted he never left the trunk and went out on a limb. Sarah teaches voice where she used to attend. She sings in Sunday choirs and at weddings for her friends. She had dreams of Broadway from an early age, but she settled for a small town life and minimum wage. And when she sings those hymns on Sunday mornings, she wonders what if, and regrets that she never left the trunk and went out on a limb. When Rory sang those words in his song, Out on a Limb, that night, it hit me, smacked me in the face, harder than anything in recent memory for me personally. Those words were so powerful, it made me think about my life, about what I'm doing, about loving those who sat beside me, and rejuvenated me to go back out on a limb in my personal life and in my professional life. The hook of that song was penned beautifully. We walk this way but once, we get no second spin. Looking back on all you've done, will you wonder what might have been? Rory is also a two-time New York Times best-selling author. This is Rory's book, Once Upon a Farm with his daughter, Indiana. And so my speech today is about a tree, the what-ifs that we all have, the perception that happiness leads to gratitude, the perception that happiness leads to gratitude. But the reality that gratitude leads to happiness. So today I challenge you to think, especially now while you're in this college and on this campus, wherever you may be on your life's path, what are you grateful for? How are you creating yourself? How will your life be if you never leave the trunk and go out on a limb? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris and Mary. That was just outstanding. Please join me in giving them another round of appreciation. As I said, we are here to celebrate two of the values of beneficence. The first, gratitude. And now we move on to the second, recognizing academic excellence by honoring our students that have maintained the highest standards of scholarship and excellence, earning a 3.5 grade point average or above for at least one semester during the past year. At this time, I'm going to first invite Associate Dean Pollard to come forward. He will be doing our name reading, so please forgive him any mispronunciations because we are so grateful for that he's doing this for us. And then next, I'm going to invite a very special person forward as well. He is the program director for our newly named Computer and Information Technology program in our Center for Information Communication Sciences, and one of the newest members of our college. Dr. Ha, would you please come forward? So let me tell you how this is going to work. To ensure your safety and the 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 people that are going to come after you, I will not be shaking hands at this ceremony. We also ask that you remain masked so that I don't become a super spreader to everybody that comes up here afterwards. There will be opportunities afterwards in the lobby where you can go out and take a mask off and take a picture. I am a firm believer that what it is in the moment is the reality of our lives. In this moment, you're going to receive a recognition of excellence in your mask. But let's be honest, you earned it in a mask. So it really does represent this moment. So I will invite the marshals to begin the procession.
Elizabeth Love. Grace Adcock. Giovanni Alcantar. Danila Alewa. Annie Baring. Marissa Benton. Rachel Berry. Nicholas Black. Alexander Bracken. Austin Brown. Hayden Brooker. Jaku Lynn Brune. Ruth Brungard. Imani Butts. Luke Kennedy. Caitlin Clay. Jasmine Cheers. Jalen White. Eric Cozette. Kennedy Davis. Sarah DeBoer. Amelia Deckard. Jason Doubt. Liza Dowdy. Caleb Duncan. Okay. Skylar Dungy. Amy Dunphy. Rachel Ekarike. Austin Everman. Paola Fernandez Jimenez. Anna Fiegel. Samantha Fig. Olivia Flick. Tanner Flores. Emmanuel Flores Cruz. Jesse Fraley. Brooklyn Phi. Mallory Gall. Olivia Haggard. Ainsley Hall. Kellen Harrison. Kennedy Hart. Emily Hunter. Gregory Hurt II. Amanda Huynh. Carlin James. Caitlin Jasinski. Emma Johnson. Jared Jones. Sarah Kaser. Lindsay Kendall. Tamaya Hamer. Ben Malum. Zoe Mantha. Hope Martin. Diana Martinez. Nicole Maloche. Claudia Metzger. Alexis Miller. Caitlin Miller. Madeline Mills Craig. Kristen Mirabelli. Emily Moore. Celeste Miele. Veronica Newell. Jacob Newland. Paul Novacell. Faith Oakley. Grace Carmen. Justin Peckinpah. Aaliyah Prim. Adele Reich. Bree Richter. Justin Riggs. Rebecca Rosado. Caitlin Ruda. Alex Schmidt. Amy Schwartz. Catherine Segal. Taylor Sheridan. Kevin Sholey. Morgan Salavi. Brittany Slack. Allison Smith. Samantha Smith. Noah Smith Fletcher. Hope Stauffer. Connor Stidham. Zachary Travelstead. Paul Vella. Anna Vesely. Thomas Voiles. Megana Weiss. Michaela White. Jackson Whited. Andrew Willett. Samuel Chittister.
Join me in one last round of congratulating all these outstanding students. The College of Communication, Information, Media is committed to your success from day one. That you are here, being recognized as a member of the Dean's List, demonstrates that you have seized the opportunity in your classes, student groups, and across campus. As we end for today, I invite you to pause in the lobby, take pictures in front of our college banner and with the Benny Wings. Tag us at BSUCCIM, hashtag BSUCCIM family, so that we can follow your flight path. On behalf of the faculty and staff of CCIM, congratulations, and thank you for trusting us to help you with our future. Please, faculty, rise and let's appreciate these students. Now let's go beat Toledo.